call the meeting to order. Roll call, all councilors are present. Public comment, if there are any, I just ask that you please state your name and town that you live in.
Dave Shroud, live on Wrightville Road. I'm here about Wrightville Road again. I'm gonna stay coming until something's done. I'm gonna talk to our road commissioner more than anything, see what she's doing.
Road commissioner would actually be our public works director, now that we have one.
It all comes under road public works, so. Are you setting up a fund when the money comes in November to go into it for tar? What are you guys doing? I moved on the tar road, 3/10 of a mile, from the Belleville Road to where it ended. That's just beyond Gibbsville place, so that's 3/10 of a mile. And it's been allowed to go to hell over 20 years that I've lived there. It's never had any tar put on it. It's time. And I realize, we've heard the remark before, there's other town roads, yeah, but they're gonna have to come in and let you people know how to feel about it. You know, I can only speak for my road, my portion. And I'm just wondering, because it's been 20 years of money coming in from the state through the fuel use tax, the road taxes and stuff, and it's done some other spots in town, but it hasn't done my place. And I wonder why. And whatever plan you guys are gonna come up with. Thanks.
I have a question on the safety committee.
Name and
Sorry, Steve Snuggle when I was down the road, refusal downtown action.
You guys are really.
What is it? Is it a, safety as in police, fire, ambulance, or is it safety as in OSHA?
It's just internal as far as requirements for OSHA and a shape award that the town has always participated in.
Okay, so it's an
over the years.
OSHA style.
Yeah, so it's just internal, kind of like an HR level type stuff for employees of the town.
Okay.
Anybody else?
John Bullock, from Bar. I put a letter in for Irving a 3 weeks ago for donations, and we did receive one, it'd be about $5,000. I put in for 10, I got 5, so it's gonna be able to buy us 4 brand new SCBA tanks. So if you wanted to see you wanna do it right now?
is this a good time? Or is
I have it under managers, the manager's report, but it's completely up to you guys.
Is it already, wait,
I prefer the chair. I'm up with you guys, either way, I can go either way.
doesn't matter.
We can take a vote on it if you wanna do it now, or if you wanna do it later.
I don't think you need to vote, I think you just put the chair,
Yeah.
put it in the chair does.
We were supposed to do it last meeting, so I guess we could take the time to do it.
Okay. So, next, Bert, we'll be right back.
You don't get it.
Sammy? We will, get through the first few and then we'll put it into old business. Anybody else for public comments?
I sort of have one. Doug Chassie. All the towns around us, on Google, Onyx Hunter, whatever, have all of our property boundaries. And it has something to do with the town, the way they're set up with their mapping or their, something to do with their computer system. But Ashland doesn't have that. Garfield has it, Nashville, Portage, Mapleton, Messiardis, Oxbow. Ashland's not on there. And I didn't know if the town could look into that. Onyx Hunt. Seems out of the hunting central place. Something stupid, but, and I'm sure you have more to worry about.
I will just say, I was on a call today with Maine GIS, and it's, a big overlying department that oversees the digitizing of town mapping.
That's what it is, correct?
Yeah, so I just had a call with them today, and they were reaching out to a bunch of communities, because we're not the only ones, like Fort Fairfield, there's some other ones that aren't on there either.
Yep.
It sounds like it's a big expense, but I just got introduced to it today, and I don't know if it's ever been presented, or you guys have ever looked at it in the past at all, so.
never heard
It
of
has
it.
something to do with your computer system, so, the way that you're set up here.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, saying no more. I guess since
So,
right here.
this is, I wanna show you, this is
Go
the
ahead.
old one that we got,
The old one.
and it's really heavy.
It looks heavy.
Yeah. This is brand new. You're looking at $10,000 right here, just for what you see there. And I need 16 of them.
Wow. So is it easier to carry?
Oh, a lot easier.
So the girls can handle it easier?
Oh, we can handle
You got new functions on it.
Easier, I didn't
You got a good back on it. It's a nice system, very nice system, but again, they're expensive. Anything with fire, ambulance, police, you know you're gonna pay for it, so. But that's what we got, so we got 4 tanks, 2 SCBA's and 2 MAX for $20,000.
They doubled in price through COVID.
Yep. But that replaces this antique,
So what's the weight difference on?
well, there's gotta be at least 15 pounds, at least.
Lighter?
Oh, yeah.
It's not, I'm just wondering.
How old is the older one?
Put down your back for 4 or 5 hours.
Put it
My
on
car.
yours.
Oh, it's all right.
Oil, no, thank you. I was just wondering.
It helps for our people to be safe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what's important.
And that, you're probably gonna get 20 minutes out of that, that one you're gonna get about 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
And anytime you're in an Ivy Lake atmosphere, which is intrinsic or whatever, anytime you're in smoke, you're supposed to have one on. Supposed to.
That fine there, recording
Keep
now.
the heat back away.
It's good right there for now.
All right,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Don. Okay, we'll move on to consent items, review, approve and sign minutes from August 12th regular meeting.
I'll make a motion that we approve and sign the minutes from the August 12th regular meeting.
Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor?
I'm abstaining because I wasn't here, so we're fine. Back.
Okay, item number 2, review, approve, and sign 2025 treasure warrants 32B through 35B.
Make a motion that we approve and sign the treasurer warrants 32V through 35B.
Any discussion on the warrants? All in favor? Okay, moving on to new business, item number 1, review and sign applications for abatement.
We only have a couple this time, in both of these instances, they were assessing errors that appear to have occurred around 2020 to 2021, where the wrong account was assessed tax for property owned by somebody else. A building was added to the wrong piece, or land was added to the wrong piece. So these are corrections for those instances. Just looking for a recommendation to, a motion to approve the abatement request.
Make a motion to approve the abatement request.
Any discussion on the abatement request? All in favor?
That was just one place.
Okay, item number two, review and approve safety committee members.
So in, gathering information for the renewal of the SHA board, it kind of came to light that we needed to make some changes to the safety committee due to staff turnover. We found some documentation that indicated that in the past, the town manager would appoint the committee members, made up of people from various departments, and then the council approved the members. We have had a meeting. The newly appointed updated staff committee members are Tammy Gonier, Tara Peterson, Macy Elwell, Jeff Jondro, John Bully, Mike Monteith, and myself. At the first meeting, John Bully was elected to serve as the chair of the committee and Tammy Gonier as the secretary. We're actively working to update the safety manual to ensure that all of our policies and procedures are up to date moving forward. So we just are looking for a motion to approve the safety committee members as presented.
I make a motion to approve the safety committee members as presented.
I second that.
Any discussion on the members? All in favor? Thank you. Item number three, review and appoint candidate to fill planning board vacancy term ending in 2027.
So after 27 years of service to the planning board, Mark Bradford has thrown his hat in and said he wants to go fly his plane at night, and it's time for some young pup to fill in on the planning board. Kayla O'Leary, who's a resident of the community, works for the state of Maine as a game warden. He has stepped in as an alternate, because we thought that there may be some turnover coming, and we are looking to see if we can get Kale appointed to fill the vacant seat with the term ending in 2027.
I make a motion to appoint Kayla O'Leary to fill the vacant seat with the term ending in 2027.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? Thank you. Item number four, reviewing authorized declaration of recreational bus as surplus and proceed with transfer to auction.
So our rec bus was taken out of service previously towards the end of last year, if I recall correctly, because it was in dire need of additional repairs. I know we are still waiting on a transfer of the bus. We've worked with the school. They've got one. The ball's in motion. But this one is just kind of sitting here. It was being insured. I did remove the insurance. It's just got comp only now, so we don't have any extra expense on it. I do know that the police Tahoe was approved to go to Greg Auctions for disposal. So I was looking to see if we could get approval to do the same thing with the rec bus, for the October, he said October 1st. It looks at the date, it might be like the 2nd or the 3rd, but it's the first week of October that the auction will be happening. And we can either physically bring the stuff there and he can deal with it all, or we can just send pictures and whoever purchases it can come here and get it. So we can work those details out if you guys are up for disposing of the rec bus in that manner.
Make a motion that we approve the sale of current rec bus through Craig Auctions.
Second that.
Any discussion?
When we decide whether we're gonna leave it here or there, if it costs us anything to get it there, we should leave it here.
Right,
Right.
yep, that was my
That
thought.
would be, if we can drive it there legally and not get, then that would be different, but if it costs us anything, they could come get it here.
Any other discussion on that? All right, all in favor? Okay, old business, we're going to meet with the public works director, but he had a prior commitment, prior to taking on his role, so we will plan to meet with him next meeting.
Do you need a motion to table it, or we can just table it?
I didn't entertain a motion, yes.
I make a motion that we table item number 1 under old business, the update in the roads,
Until the next meeting.
until the next meeting, thank you.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, thank you. Item number 2, we will,
We added those.
oh, I'm sorry, you're right. I didn't write that one down.
Okay.
So yes, I wanted to talk about the ambulance, power stretcher. It was brought up, the last meeting. You weren't here, Sherry, but it was brought up at the last meeting, that they're looking to have a power stretcher. And I believe Tara has some more information on that.
I do. So I spoke with Autotronics over the weekend, and I have secured $33,000 for a grant that will pay for part of the power load stretcher system. And they have agreed to allow us to pay that amount now, and then next year pay the remaining balance.
What is the remaining balance?
I don't know for sure exactly. I'm waiting to find out exactly how much our ambulance is gonna cost, our new one, to see if there's any grant money left over on that grant that I can also apply to the 33,000. So it could potentially be 30,000 that we would have to put into the budget for next year.
That's your worst case right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The power stretcher's 71,000 installed,
Exactly.
and you have 33 now.
I have 33 now,
Yep.
and I'm thinking there's going to be $10,000 left over from the ambulance, the new ambulance, so we can also apply that to the power load stretcher.
But is that taking into consideration too, the 5 from changing the vehicle that we are trading in on that ambulance? Or that doesn't take that into consideration?
That does not take that into consideration.
And what's the deadline that they would want us to pay that other half?
If they have our new ambulance in Frenchville right now,
Mhm.
so if we decide to do this now, then, they said in March of next year, after our budget is approved, we could make the final payment.
So just to be clear, worst case scenario, if, let's say the ambulance comes in at the full 431, it would be 38,000 additional.
And now you would need to make a commitment now, put
Yes.
that in the budget,
For next year.
and then council's basically making a commitment to make sure that's in the budget.
My only concern is, I mean, obviously we can make the commitment, but for the taxpayers to commit on it as well.
Right, I understand that, I understand.
What is
It
auto
was-
front?
Excuse me.
Sorry.
We talked about it last
What is-
meeting, I think it makes sense,
Right.
obviously, it was pretty straightforward.
I agree with you.
But, yeah, I guess that's why we're talking about it, so.
And we've used up all of our surplus in the ambulance account on,
They have, 8,000 roughly remaining, $8,730.82 is what they have in their reserve right now.
reserves, so that would be, that's where you down to the 30,000.
That would drain it, and then you could have a 30,000. And that's if we're assuming that the ambulance comes in exactly at that number.
Right, and
It
it's not,
could be
it's not going to. I do know for sure that it's going to be less than 431,000.
But they haven't sent us anything in writing or anything with a number, right?
They have, yep. It's 418,000 that they've quoted us, but there's been a couple of things since that quote came in that's been added. So,
Okay.
like another light has been added to the front of it, so that's going to change the price a little bit. It's like maybe $100 more
Okay.
than what it is, so.
So what action does council need to take this evening?
I guess we would have to vote to move forward with purchasing the power structure. With the, assumption that we can pay half now with the grant that she just got, or the extra, you got a second grant, correct?
Yeah.
So we would be committing the 33,000 of grant money, but we would actually be looking to raise an additional 35,000 next year.
Did we have any equipment money in the ambulance fund this year, like that we spent on something so that it would be, do you know what I mean? So like, that we already had that money in the, we bought something this year and it could go towards that next year? Cause then it's not going up, it's just equipment.
So safety equipment purchase, in the ambulance department this year was only budgeted at $3,000. So anything above $3,000 in next year's budget.
Is there anything else in the ambulance that we don't have to buy this year, that, next year that we bought this year? Like, I'm just trying trying to figure out if there's some money already in the ambulance budget that was, one thing that could be for this.
But you're saying what's been budgeted, but it hasn't been expended yet?
Yes, or things that we budgeted for and may have bought, but we won't have to budget for them next year, so that money could go towards the stretcher. I'm just trying to figure out,
Yeah, but to me, that's apples and oranges, because
doesn't matter.
if you bought them this year through your budget, next year's a new budget cycle. So you wouldn't include that aspect.
No,
They
but
shouldn't be budgeting for equipment they bought this year, next year if they don't need it.
but it wouldn't be an overall increase.
I
Yeah,
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but.
It won't work.
No, because that's assuming you're gonna have a steady line for all your departments every year, and that's, I don't think that's the proper way to budget. My 2 cents. So in order for the ambulance department to make the purchase, you get a commitment from council this evening. Okay, I understand.
It's a great idea to have. My concern is that we're committing money, next year's fund.
Yeah. You really get it. If council was the final say on the budget, we could do it,
Right.
but we're not. So I don't think legally, legally we can't commit. You can't say we're gonna pay $38,000. I hate to say this, because that's up to the town meeting to get in next year's budget.
Right.
Because we could say we're gonna do it, but we don't have the authority to commit next year's, I don't think.
If we don't spend the grant money, will it still be there in March after the budget?
No,
It's not,
So,
what's the deadline on spending it?
it's March 1st.
so maybe if the manager would be kind enough to check with MMA,
I can do that.
just to see if we can do that. Can this wait till October?
It cannot.
You cannot?
Our ambulance is already in Frenchville, so they have the opportunity to order it now and put it in while it's there without costing us extra money.
I don't think their install price should change, but I understand, like, getting it here and then sending it back, like, that is a bigger hassle, but their install
Yeah.
price shouldn't change from whether it's here or there. But I can reach out to MMA tomorrow, and usually their legal department can turn stuff around within 24 to 48 hours. I would think that they might be able to wait until,
Yeah, if I have an answer by the end of the week, that would be great.
I am away at a meeting all day on Friday, but if we could look at like the beginning of next week, just in case, I'm pretty sure MMA will be back to me before Friday, but, and then I can just reach out to you guys, with what the answer is from there.
Or we could make a motion tonight contingent on MMA saying that we can do that. And if MMA says we can't do it, then we can't do it. And then we don't reach back to us. I mean, you'll tell us what
Right.
MMA says, but we don't need to call another meeting so you can get a vote.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Can you make the motion with all the contingency in it?
So the motion would be, feel free to chime in anytime you want to.
Oh, I always do.
To go ahead and approve the use of $30,000 grant and, commit to having not more than $30,000 in the ambulance budget next year, including the ambulance budget to pay the remainder. Contingent on MMA saying that the town council can legally commit that $38,000 because we have a town, meeting foreign government.
And the amount of the grant is $33,000.
Right.
Yes.
33,170.65 towards that, was in that account for the 2025 EMS grant.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion on it? All in favor? Okay. All right, I guess, next item, the executive meeting, we will move to the end of public comments. And
financials are in your packet. I have not got August from the treasurer yet. Everything's kind of moving along on track. I have a fire department demo. Linda is here to present her, quarterly update on how things are going out at the transfer station.
Okay. So, I'm not exactly sure what you guys are expecting from me, since this is the first time I'm presenting. But I can tell you that so far this year, we are under budget. We put in our budget, we budgeted money this year for rebuilding reserves, and that is going well. Probably most of you have been out to the transfer station and seen the new composting area. Fred is very happy with how that's going. I think he's got more plans, in the works, so that we can compost food waste, but that's not, I mean, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself by even mentioning that, but I do think he's got that on his radar. We are putting money aside so that, Fred can purchase, safer, better snow removal equipment for this winter. Guess there were some close calls, there have been close calls in the past with how he's done that. And other than that, you know, if you guys can, you're welcome to ask questions, I'll answer them as best as I can. Or you could just tell me, you know, now that I know I'm coming here 4 times a year, what sort of things you want me, you know, you want more details? You want me to write something up? You know, just let me know. But I'm not prepared to go into details about money tonight. But if you give me, you know, this is what I would like from you in the future, I can do it.
So if I may, Linda, thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
So all I am looking for is just what you did, kind of a quarterly, what's going on.
Okay.
Like I talked to Fred today, he got a grant, you all got a grant for some solar lights.
Yep.
That type of stuff, and then as the budget comes, if there's gonna be any increase or anything about the budget, if you
Sure.
could let us know. But
Yep.
just basically, once in a quarter or more, if something's happening, we want council to know about, since we're a big owner of that.
Yep.
I'm not looking for a written report or anything like that,
Okay.
just, you know, like the composting, so we know what's going on.
Yep. I can also say, I don't know if you may have heard more updated at the last meeting, our audit is almost done. Maybe it's done now, I don't know. But I knew at the last meeting, it was close to being done. Because I realized that you're waiting on your audit for
Yeah.
our audit, so,
Perfect, thank you.
yeah.
Any questions or comments? Thank you, Linda, for coming.
The only other thing I had is, the planning board, when they did meet again, they are still working, diligently on the food sovereignty ordinance, and what they are looking to do with the wind energy ordinance, and they are nearing a time that they can get ready to have a public hearing on those 2 things. And then I just have one more thing, the Maine Municipal Association Risk Management Service, we did receive $1,607 dividend check back from MMA because of good performance and loss prevention efforts, under the workman's comp fund.
All right. Is that everything?
That's all I have.
Okay. Council items, Mr. Rice, do you have anything?
There is some improvement on the roads. David said it's a long process, it's been years of neglect. It's not gonna happen overnight, but I'm glad to see that they're focusing and doing some right things on at least part of Wrightfield Road. And, I'm looking forward to hearing next month what the commissioner has, the public works director has to say. That's all I've got.
Herbie, you have anything?
Other than, I don't know if this is a place for it or not, but this is my last meeting, and I'm very sad to say that. I really enjoyed being on the board, and that's what I'm gonna miss the most. So, that's my last meeting.
Sorry to hear that. We enjoyed having you, for sure.
Unless you wanna keep me on here, even though I live in Gordon.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can help us afford it.
Like,
You still have a website now, right?
I was asked to be on the planning board, but
Yeah.
There you go.
Mr. Haley?
One little thing, I didn't have anything till about an hour ago. I had a concerned citizen come to me and complain about some bonfires and loud partying all night, every night, all week long, and possible cutting of trees on adjoining properties and burning them and soot and ash, all everything down on Watton Bushy Street.
How's it been?
And
You can,
Go ahead, yeah.
I would love to hear it.
so I was called 4 times over there. Every time I go over there, he's doing everything the way he's supposed to.
Mhm.
He's not burning garbage. He had a big pit, about 7, 8 feet. He brought it down to the regular size. And I was down there 2 weeks ago again, and he's burning firewood. He's not doing nothing wrong legally. I had the forestry department with me.
It's not my
He,
fault.
he came down a couple times.
It's my firewood.
Yeah, well, I've heard that part.
Yeah. So the forestry was gonna go talk to, down there, I guess, but.
They haven't.
You haven't been over here?
That's why I wanted the Onyx hunt maps included in the town. So I know my boundaries are. I'm paying $16,000 for my
So you
property.
get one, you get one over to talk to?
Keep it down, please.
So,
It gets really small. It's really.
And I don't know what their definition is of all hours of the night, because he's 81 years old, it could be 8:30, I don't know.
no, it's after 10 p.m.
It's late.
Yeah, I
It's-
sit on the back porch and you can hear whatever's going on.
It covers the whole house is quick, whatever is happening.
They live
with
on
the-
Station
they're
Hill.
street-
Yeah.
I live right behind them.
So it's like their house, it's the teacher's house, and then it's us,
And it's
and
like
it's,
arguing, it's.
I mean, it's
music,
enough that like
food.
your eyes water, like it's smoky.
No,
I will
that's
say
what I
that
heard.
we're rolling the stumps, behind, or from Exchange Street in that direction, trying to add to that fire at one point in the night. One of my drivers at 4 a.m. said there was someone rolling stumps from a fallen tree.
It was our tree.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, was
Big
it?
It
one.
was the ones over here.
Oh,
didn't
cause
even
they've
know
taken
where they
some from
were.
ours too, it comes up
All right.
on camera.
Anyway,
Anything else,
sorry.
Chris?
No, I'm stirred it up enough.
Thanks, Chris.
Only that I'm glad to see the weight room over at the new service over at the rec center, that's exciting. That's a good thing, always good to include different people that may not have been using the rec center. And looking at November, are we gonna meet on Veterans Day, or are we gonna move our meeting back a month, just thinking ahead, back a week? Or are we gonna meet on the holiday?
I'm game for whatever you guys wanna do,
Just looking at November, I know it's 2 months out, but
better now than.
I know you moved it before.
Would you like to do the,
I can't do the 12th.
The 4th is election day, so
Right.
it has to be different.
so the 18th, maybe, I'm asking.
could we just put, maybe, I was thinking maybe the 5th, do it a week earlier?
This would work for
First
me.
Wednesday of the month, it's the only Wednesday I can do.
Would you guys
That,
do?
does that give the manager enough time?
Are you good with the first?
It should be, the only thing I would have to check on is the planning board's meeting, because they meet in here at the same time on the first Wednesday of the month.
Can you do the 12th, the second Wednesday, is everybody okay?
I can do the 12th if I don't have to be here, I have a standing meeting the second Wednesday at 7:30.
Thursday?
Unless you can guarantee I'm at 7:30.
I might also.
We'll let you leave at 7:30.
If you do that, I have a place to be at 7:30, but other than that,
On the 12th?
I can.
On the 12th.
On the, I'm leaving for Minneapolis on the 11th.
Oh, hey,
You could have said that instead of the holiday.
Well, it's a holiday. I'm
Can't do it
presenting
on-
at the National Science Teachers Association that week.
We'll let you fly.
And Monday's not available for the 10th,
This is me.
I can do the 10th.
I can do the
Okay,
10th.
let's do the 10th.
That is Marine Corps
Gail, I
birthday.
asked if that was okay with you, but.
It would be too. Thank you.
Anything
Sorry.
else?
No, that was,
I did have anything, but I guess I'd like to address Gail's comment. We'll obviously have to fill your seat. I'll run it by you guys, but we could put it up to the public or ask, I know we had 3 people running the last council seat, we could put it to that that person, since that was an interested party.
That's
Or
really
we could,
fair thing to do.
Yeah, they at least.
if they're not, then, if that individual's not, then we could do, put it up to the town, like what we did with the planning board, and maybe have somebody
Yep.
names by next month.
Yeah, charter says we need to have someone within 30 days, or we have to hold a special election, so I like your approach.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
Yeah, it makes sense, I mean,
Yeah.
if someone spent the time and effort to run for council, but didn't make it, and
They should get
vacancy
first
open,
refusal.
then they should
They,
have, right, first
they obviously
refusal.
had interest in it.
Right, enough people came out and voted
Right.
for them, so, yeah.
So we're looking at names on the ballot at the most recent election.
Right.
And am I reaching out to them? Do you reach out to them?
I would try to share. Okay, we will open the floor back up to public comments, if there's any.
Public what,
Public comment?
Comment?
I'll start. My comments are, what happened
Could
to
you
the
just
40-mile-an-hour
could
speed
you
limit
just state
signs?
your
Is
name,
it
sir?
taken down or what?
You gotta give your name
first.
please.
Oh, you gotta know my name?
Yes, sir.
Signs on the
John
right.
Kelly is my name. Anyways,
I do have one comment before it's.
He was talking.
After him. Finish.
anyway, 40-mile-an-hour signs, still up. I come out tonight, a girl, teenager, doing 50 miles an hour. My name, of course, they just graded the road and it's all dust. Then I almost hit 2 deer. 40 miles an hour is ridiculous on the Wrightville Road. All the properties are used up. I mean, it's not a highway. You go 40 miles an hour, it's crazy, and it'll bring back the potholes real fast. I mean,
I know what you're saying.
how difficult can it be to take down the stupid 40-mile-an-hour signs? There's 2 of them. I mean,
What I will say, and I'll leave it at that, is there's people that want it 40 miles an hour, and there's people that want it 20 miles an hour.
yeah.
So that's all I'll say,
But if
but
that,
we'll look
that
into it.
teenage
and figure out
girl
the best
hits a
way.
moose or a deer or whatever and gets killed, how are you gonna explain that to me next meeting or after that? I mean, you know, I'm just guesstimating she was doing 50, and a lot of other people go faster than that. Anyways,
All
I'd like to see the signs come down.
right, thank you.
One tap down.
Now, on spring break, when you guys post that road, it says they can haul on if it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Because it's frozen. I haven't seen a mud puddle froze completely at 32 degrees. And they tear that road all to hell up there. It's also tearing up my section. And when they come through there to Jake break at 3:30 in the morning, because they already said they're gonna be cutting up in there. And we've been through this every year, that you guys cut up there. And they come in, yeah, it's 32 degrees, so legally they can travel on it. It's not froze. So it should be more in-depth look into this. You know, you don't go on it when just the little crest on top and you're breaking everything up. Because it's not good. We have a lot of springs under that road. So, it's not froze. It just tears it up. And you go up there by where the culvert and the pit there for the river is there, the stream, they really tear that area up because it's all just springs through there, you know? And there's a name for that culvert up there, but I don't know what it is, you know? But it's the same as on our end. That, everything gets underneath that, it's soft. Oh, it's 32 degrees, I can haul. Well, I got news for you. You know, you're breaking that all to hell. It's not froze. So that needs to be looked at.
They putting bands on?
Does anybody else have any comments?
up there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Linda.
The Nelsonville Road got graded today, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
I realize that not many people use it, so I appreciate that you guys did that. I know it wasn't you guys, but it got done.
We'll let the highway director know.
There you go.
Anybody else?
I'd like to make a suggestion. Right, Bill, when I moved up here, I think I've been here 12 years physically anyways. Every place is, all the people are posting their land, and it's ridiculous. You either gotta follow another state and cut the people some slack if they, on taxes, if they don't post their land, 'Cause I've got people that are posting their land and hunting next door, and that's a no-no, as far as hunting goes. You don't post your land and hunt someplace else, you know, 'cause just, nobody does that. Well, they do it, 'cause they're not from around here.
That sounds like a game warden issue.
Yeah.
Talk with one of the,
Yeah, not really. Game warden's not gonna cut the taxes.
Yeah, mine went up $800.
does anybody else have any public comments?
$800 for one up.
I guess if we're talking about roads, Doug Chassie,
Thank you for your, stating it.
thanks. How much of our dollar excise that we pay on vehicles goes towards our road system? And I think that's been misallocated for years, and I don't know how to investigate that.
I don't have the answer.
I mean, just in my driveway, I know what I pay for taxes on vehicles and excise tax, and I don't know, a couple more people on my road, we should get our road hot topped every year. But there hasn't been any hot topping per se since last year at the beginning of the Wrightville Road, or is it 2 years ago? And I've lived here, I mean, since I built my house 24 years ago.
I understand.
Zero hot tub. So, I just kinda wanna know where my excise tax that I faithfully pay when I register my vehicle through the town goes into our road budget.
I don't, the excise tax, I was gonna say, the money that the town gets from the state for roads is clearly identified in the town budget, and that's only used for the town roads. So you can track it that way. What part of your excise tax goes, I don't know, maybe the tax, you can contact the town office later and they can tell you, but I don't think that's a question that can be answered tonight.
Food for thought.
Thank you. All right, is there any other public comments?
Yes.
We move to adjourn.
Wrong, Rushno. You fellas are in great need for some equipment, highway equipment. That grader should be down to your place and cut up and sold for scrap. And the trucks, 2 of them ain't worth nothing. I mean, you really need some equipment here. I don't know if we can get grants for that or whatever, but the last new truck, I was on the council when we bought it from Steve Sullivan. Had the garage that Chuck's got. And we bought a brand new truck from Steve. And then, Nature Boy was town manager, Jim Collins, and he's the one that bought that Ford 10-wheeler.
Jim Gardner.
No, Jim Collins.
Thank you, guys.
Jim Collins.
We're gonna move on to executive.
Yeah, he was short.
Yes, you're right.
Short guy, glasses.
Okay.
I make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss personnel issue per Maine State Law, Title I MRSA, Section 405-6A.
Everybody out.
All in favor?
They were going into that.